it is absolutely hard to believe that it's March. I mean, guys, we were just celebrating. We were just celebrating New Year's, and it's already March. That's just insane to me. So, yeah. That's great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Guys, we'll go ahead and get started here in just a minute. Still waiting for everybody to get in. Still waiting for grand finale. Still waiting for Vanessa to come in. Everybody's coming in. Buddy the Boxer, what's up, our brother? Guys, isn't that crazy though? Seriously. Hello, hello. It's hard to believe that it's March already. We were just celebrating, seemed like New Year's. So it's insane that, we were just, celebrating that. It was just the other day we were having that. And here we are, March 1st, guy. Next thing you know, it'll be Christmas again. Next thing you know, it'll be Christmas. Next thing you know, we'll get a bonus from work. So you know how that goes. But anyway, guys, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys taking the time. It's certainly something I'm really excited and looking forward to. This topic, especially this week. I think we're still waiting on Grant to get in here. I don't know if he's here. We're still waiting on Vanessa as well. So we're waiting for our guests to get in here. There's Grant right there. We'll go ahead and get started here in a minute. I see emojis in the box. Guys, we'll wait till it's about 50 views. We'll go ahead and get started with the intro. Emoji does an amazing job, and I'm so glad to see him do that. So, guys, thank you for new here. This is a show that we do every Monday night. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the guests. Don't want anybody to think that I don't appreciate the guests or the gifts, or in show mode, we just try to focus on that. So a couple more people, guys, and we'll go ahead and get started. And like I said, hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm excited about tonight's show. I'm excited about every week's show. And travel, see you. And yeah, we're about to get started. So Grant's here, guys. We got two more people coming in. We'll go ahead and get started. I see that emojis in the box, so we'll go ahead and do that thing. Let's go.
Thank you, India. Thank you, Terror. Thank you, Disillusionment. Thank you, Frailty. Thank you, Consequence. Thank you, Silence. How about me not blaming you for everything? How about me enjoying the moment for once? How about how good it feels to finally...
Emoji, thank you so much for that intro, man. Such an amazing job like you always do, brother. I really appreciate you doing the work and putting the time and energy into that every week. Guys, definitely hit him up. He's going to put his emoji, or he's going to put his YouTube channel on the bottom, so please hit him up with that favorite. Also, check him out on YouTube. He records all the shows. He certainly just puts a lot of time and effort into making intros for people. So, guys, again, thank you, Emoji J, for doing that for me, brother. It's always a pleasure to have that. Guys, welcome, welcome. This is a show that we do every single Monday night. It's called Gratitude. The show's about finding people who wish to show more thanks during their life. Each week we have guests that recall circumstances, people, and memories that have humbled them, and to help them reflect and grow through the act of gratitude. And so, guys, that's what we really do. And what we certainly like to do, this is what we do every single, again, Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you get a chance, please, at the bottom, please hit that live button. Look at the top under trending. You'll see all the banners of all the different shows that people create each and every single week. Guys, these people put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort into what they do. It's certainly a little bit different than just a regular stream. But if you get an opportunity, if you get a chance to just pop over and support these people, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just kind of bounce around the app just to see what everybody's doing and just, support, the different content that so many people are bringing. So if you have an opportunity, guys, Monday through Thursday, definitely please do that and check everybody out. So we certainly like to start the quote every week with an amazing quote. And guys, this is the quote we have for this week, and it's going to tie in a little bit to our new topic for the week. It's always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. That's an amazing quote right there, guys. Let me read that one more time for you. Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. That's an amazing quote. And guys, that's going to kind of tie into what our new topic is for the week. But at this time, we're going to recap last week's topic. And last week's topic was patience. And I know that sometimes, we all sometimes struggle with that. I know myself personally, I struggle with that. And I know it's certainly a wonderful quality to have. It's a virtue for people. And, we're certainly going to try to, get into that a little bit tonight. So at this time, I'm going to request our first guest. My friend is somebody that I literally met on one of the first few days that I joined on the app. He's such a great dude, such a humble guy. And I want to welcome him to the box at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to you Mr. Grand Finale himself.
Hey, what's going on, Blake? How are you, man?
What's up, my man? What's up, brother? Good to see you.
I said, Blake. Hey, Jamison, what's up, bro? I'm having a senior moment.
Hey, we all get them, brother, as the birthdays come. You know how that is. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you so much for, I know you're a busy guy with a busy schedule, but I certainly am very grateful for you taking the opportunity to be on my show. Like I said, you were one of the first few people that I met on the app in the first few days, and you and I have sort of both gone our different ways and done our own thing, which is an amazing thing, of course, but we've still stayed really good friends, and I'm certainly very grateful for that, especially.
Yeah, yo, man, I'm so happy to have come on this app and to have met you. And I know we maybe not cross each other paths as we normally did in the beginning, but through Instagram, we're able to stay somewhat connected. And I love seeing when you put your little food on there that makes me, jealous and envious, wishing I was there to be able to eat it with you. But I also like seeing, how you out there balling. You be out there balling, playing some basketball with the guys. So yeah, but yeah, man, I'm glad to have met you. You're a cool dude. This guy's always fresh. I mean, this guy never go out of business because, that stuff is happening all the time.
So man, if you want to kind of just introduce yourself to everybody and sort of just let them know about you a little bit, what brought you to the app, and just to kind of, before we get into the topic of patience, just to share a little bit of your thoughts and what you've accomplished in the app yourself.
All right, yeah, I go by the name of Grand Finale. I can't even tell you how I randomly came up with that name, but I just thought it sounded cool. I thought it sounded classic, but I stumbled upon the app. I'm on POF, and what happened was I had a desire to be able to have social interaction with women. So I said, let me go on POF, and there was no desire for any commitment or any intimacy. I just wanted social interaction, but in the midst of that, I end up clicking on someone's picture. And when I clicked on their picture, I'm thinking I'm going to see a profile, and I end up, running into a stream, and it's just like, it's like, what is this world? I experienced this a lot where people come in my stream, but that's how I came on the app. When I first came on the app, I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go because I was just trying out something new. But as I begin to see what the app was about, I told myself that I have to have some kind of purpose. So I had three main purposes. The first one is to connect and communicate with people in a genuine and authentic way, so much that if I was coming through your town, we could connect for something to eat or chill. The second one was to inspire, impact, and improve. And we do that through the Winter Wednesdays. And the third reason was to build a brand. And actually through this app, I've been able to accomplish all of that.
And that's amazing, dude. I mean, certainly, like you said, you have a goal in mind. You come across something that you just stumble across, just randomly, and you've been able to certainly, hit those milestones for yourself and continue to grow each and every single day. And so I know, especially, as you go through that and grow and continue to make the connections with the people that you do, I'm certain that there's a lot of patience involved in that. And so, as you have been in that, situation and scenario where you've tried to grow and do your own thing, how have you been able to be grateful and appreciative of patience itself, and how have you been able to apply that to the vision and the direction that you have each and every single week when you come on here and try to continue to grow not only yourself but your brand?
Well, man, I realize it's all about focus. Someone shared this thought with me about the story of David and Jonathan from the Bible, and I don't remember the reason why they shared it with me, but they said that Jonathan was more concerned about being a friend than being a king, and that resonated with me because Jonathan was supposed to be in a position to be the king, but due to his father's decisions, that was disrupted. But the friend part, it helped me to think about this app, because I've seen a lot of people get into hey, Megan, a lot of people get a lot of issues on here. And I said, my primary focus has to really be to connect with people and not about diamonds. To say that I don't desire for my diamonds to grow would be not being honest with you. But I realize if that's my main focus, then I'm probably not going to be in the greatest mood when things are not going my way. But because my focus that's not my main primary focus, and it's to really connect with people, it really helps me, with my patience and my attitude. If you have these expectations of people and for one, I'm also reminded that, no one owes me anything. It's called gifts, even though it's not always treated like gifts, but it's called gifts. So no one has to give me anything, but so I just remind myself of the attitude, because it's not like something that I just got like together. I'm always having to remind myself of a lot of things, because every now and then I slip up in my heart and my mind, so it's just reminding myself of certain things that really assist me to be able to stay level-headed and be appreciative and being grateful.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, a lot of people can struggle a lot with being patient because, sometimes I think that we as individuals want to kind of have the instant gratification, or we want to think that something's going to happen overnight. And there are the rare occasions that does happen for some people, whether it be in their business, whether it be in their music career, whether it be, financially. Some people do have that rare occasion where they're able to just kind of click it on like that. But in a lot of senses, in a lot of circumstances in terms for people, patience is a virtue. It's something that I think for me, especially, anyway, it is a journey. It is something that you have to work on every day because, we want to have this vision. We want to have this goal. We want to have this mentality of being able to have what we want in so many different areas of our life. And if you don't have patience, if you don't have the vision and you don't have the direction and have all those things work together, it certainly can be a struggle. And I think that, especially for me anyway, to have the patience is something that I want to continue to work on every single day, because it's something that is just not my strongest quality. And in order to have that, in order to be successful, not only as a business person, but, even basketball or even on the app, you have to be patient. You have to learn. And you have to adapt to knowing it's not going to always be instantaneous.
Yeah. That's what I just started my my online store February 6th, and having in mind that nothing, things take time. I would love to be like a brand that is recognized. I have an understanding that most businesses fail within 4 to 5 years. I have an understanding that most people that you are seeing successful did not get there overnight. That there are instances where people have some, success that is, rapid, like a meteor. But that's not common. And, I think it's understanding that really helps me. But like even on this app, like I would love to be a lot further than I am as it pertains to the app. And, one thing that helps me is my focus again. It's like not focusing on what other people are doing. Everybody is running their own race. And, there's different circumstances and situations that are out of your control. And I think some things you just have to accept, even though it's not easy to accept. But, I'm learning this in many areas of life, many areas of life.
I think that patience is certainly, not just something that we can all apply on an app, but I think especially in real life,
Yeah.
sometimes we can struggle, financially with COVID and things like that going on. You want to get things back to normal. You want to, get back to going to dinner with your friends and going to the gym and going to
Sure.
concerts and things like that. But that's where the patience comes in just from that aspect alone, is that, the pandemic's still going on. There's a lot of things that we don't necessarily understand with regards to, the vaccines and why people are trying to be as precautious and safe as they are. But, just that right there within itself is certainly where you can test your patience. You can test your ability to wait and understand and realize that it's got to take time. It's got to be something that we all work on together. It's something that we both have to, or we all have to move in the same direction and try to have the same motive and the same mindset, all as one.
You know what, bro? Hey, Finesse. I think about it like going back to the gym. I've recently gone back to the gym on Thursday, so tomorrow will be my 4th day. And no matter how many times I've been in the gym, like throughout my life, there's always a desire that there will be instantaneous results, and it's not a reality. It's patience, that was quiet. It's being, continuing and having patience. But that's one area that I have to remind myself. Almost every area of life, I have to remind myself of patience, Jamison. Every area.
Yeah.
Every area.
It's something that we certainly got to work on. Guys, if you're new here, just wanted to welcome you. This is a show that we do every single Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's called Gratitude. The show is about finding people who wish to show more thanks during their life. Each week we have guests that recall their circumstances, people and memories that have humbled them, that help them reflect and grow through the act of gratitude. And that's what we're doing tonight. And we have our amazing guest, grand finale. And the topic we're talking about right now is patience and how important that is. And as you can comment in the comments and kind of talk about that amongst yourselves, that patience is certainly it's important. It really is something, like I said, that I have to work on every single day myself, because it is a struggle. There's a lot of times that I want things to happen instantaneously. I think sometimes too, especially with people in your relationships, with friendships and stuff, that it does sometimes take a little time to get close with people. Sometimes it takes a little time for people to get to know you. It can take a little bit of time for you to get to know them. And, patience is certainly something that you can apply to a lot of different things, like you said, to try to work on and have what you want to have out of life.
Yeah, for sure. I'm reading a book called The Compound Effect, I believe it's called, where he gives the example of you familiar with that book?
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah, he gives the example of choosing a penny that's compounded every day, like each day it doubles over, what is it, maybe 3 or 5 million. And at first, when you think about it, like most people without knowing about it, they're going to run after the 3 million. The 3 million, because the penny takes almost it's almost until like the last 2 days where you actually pass 3 million. And in the beginning, it doesn't really look like anything is happening, because the next day is 2, and then 4, and then 6, and 8. So that, to me, that's a great example of where patience is needed. Even in the stock market, everybody wants their money to like grow quick, and it takes a lot of patience if you're doing it on a long-term basis to wait. You're gonna see it go up, you're gonna see it go down. And I'm sorry, Jamison, I'm keep going back to focus, because if my focus is just on this, if I'm always focusing on it, whether it's going down or whether it's going up, that's going to really mess with my patience. Those things are really going to mess with my patience. But I understand that the stock market goes up and down. It goes up and down, and it's just a part of the game. Understanding, I think, is very helpful when it comes to patience in an individual's life. When you understand, when you have an understanding and a grasp of the circumstance and different things like that, whether it be relationships, if you're teaching a child.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And like you said, it goes hand in hand. You have the focus and you have the patience. And as you have the ability to navigate through both of those, I think it can certainly open a lot of different doors for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. Because if you have the focus and you have the mentality that you're focused on this, you want to see this grow, you want to see yourself grow, whether it be a business, a relationship, a financial situation, it all works together, because if you have that focus, then you also have the patience, because you have the same mindset, and you know that it all works together. And it's certainly important, because you can't have one without the other. You can, but it's tough for that to be successful. It's tough for that to be really anything of any kind of sustainability, I feel like, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know you being a businessman, you definitely know that for sure. When I think about when I was getting to know someone and talking to them, as I understood, patience was applied in that situation, and getting to know this person, understanding that this person in their past relationships, some of the things that they dealt with were still lingering. And when they would respond in certain ways and react in certain ways, because of my understanding of this, I was able to deal patiently with them. But I'm sure also it has something to do with me, growing from past situations as well with people, that has really helped me to be patient with them. But and me and this person have a still, we still have a friendship. We're not seeking anything serious, but we still have a friendship. Whereas if I was not patient, I'd have been like, man, forget you. Go ahead, do your thing. I can't deal with this no more. Like you just don't have it together. But the patience that I believe God has helped me to have has helped me to be able to deal with the person, and we're still friends to this day. And I think a lot of friendships and relationships just get destroyed because of a lack of patience. We have to remember that we're human. We fail. We have issues, baggage, and all these different things. When you understand that, it's just like you're able to deal with people a lot easier. Not to say it's always going to be easy, but it helps a lot.
It certainly does. It certainly does. It can make or break your attitude, your mentality, because if you, like you said, if you're in the right headspace, if you're in the right mentality of this is what I want to have, this is where I want to go, this is the person that I want to be, then that certainly, it seems to make things a lot easier. I'm not saying that you'll have it all figured out just like that, but where you want to be, in the direction that you want to go, it certainly helps to have the focus and the patience and the right mentality, of any walk of life, like you said.
Right. I also gathered up a little bit of patience when I remember, because my father used to spoil me. Just about anything that I would want, he would give it to me. So, having a consistent flow of that will make it difficult when the time comes where it doesn't come when I want it. There's a lot of times I would be looking for him coming over the hill, and when I was, living in Brooklyn, and I wouldn't see him. And, it definitely was a struggle, because I was used to everything always being like this. And then I got to a place where it was tick tock, tick tock, and it wasn't happening. So, but I don't think I developed patience greatly at that time, because I was just a child. But I do remember those times where, how things are just coming all the way, always the way you want it. And when it doesn't, that can be a challenge, as well.
It really can. Man, it's certainly been a pleasure, man, to talk to you about patience and what it certainly, means to you and your life, and the focus that you have in the direction that, you want to go in. Kind of in closing, man, is there anything that you like to maybe say to anybody, any kind of encouraging words that you'd like to offer to maybe, just let people know what, you're going to continue to do for yourself?
Yeah. One thing I think when it comes to people, just remember all of your follies. Remember all your follies, all of the stumbles that you've had in your life. And, if you're a perfect person, maybe you won't have as much patience with people. But, if you take time to remember how many times you failed and how many times you've missed the mark, I think it would definitely help you to better have patience with people, in all aspects of life and living. So just remember you, think about where you failed, think about where you faltered. And then as you see people, it happens to other people, just remember yourself. I think that can help you to be more gracious with people, and to have more patience with people, because definitely patience is something we need with people as well. But other than that, hey, you beautiful people, continue to shine.
Hey, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, thank you for being here, man. If you're new, please hit Grand Finale with a favorite. He's such an amazing dude, such a positive guy. Please check him out. He's always streaming. And man, certainly I just wanted to again thank you so much for being here and taking the time out of your busy schedule to be on my show. I really, really greatly appreciate that, man.
No, this is a great show, Jamison, and you the man. Hey, shout out to everyone that's here. Love and appreciate y'all. Jamison, appreciate you, bro.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Wow, guys, such a great guy, such a humble guy. Please hit him with that favorite. Just such a very, very genuine, very raw kind of guy, and those are the kind of people you certainly want to be really good friends with. That's why him and I have still continued to stay in touch, over these last few months and things like that. So, such a great dude, and there he is right there. You're awesome as well, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. So, guys, as we kind of switch gears. I don't know, is Vanessa still in here? I don't know if she's come in yet. But as we kind of shift gears to, our next topic, just want to welcome you here. This is a show we do, guys, every single Monday night. It's called Gratitude. This show's about finding people who wish to show more thanks during their life. Each week we have guests recall circumstances, people, and memories that have humbled them, that helps them reflect and grow through the act of gratitude. And guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you just supporting the show, supporting the content, supporting, all the people that certainly take the time to be content and show creators. It really certainly is very important. So I don't know if Vanessa is in here yet or not. I haven't seen her come in. I don't know if she's commented or she's running late, but that was our next guest that was going to be on. I was going to have her request the box. And yeah, so, yeah, message her real quick. But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to kind of talk about, what Grand Finale was saying about, what patience means to him, what does that certainly meant to you guys? Or if anybody is interested in kind of sort of talking about this week's topic is, uniqueness. I think that's certainly important. And I think that's a wonderful quality to have, to be unique, to be different, to be able to create your own path. I think it's important. I think that it certainly can bring out a lot of amazing qualities that separates yourself from other people. And that was what we certainly were going to get into, tonight. Again, I don't know if Vanessa's running late. I don't know if she had some things come up, but that's what we're going to be talking about is just unique, is just to talk about, what that means to, just being your own individual self. I think that as we continue to grow every day, I think that as we continue to have the best relationships with people that we have, it's certainly important to be unique. I think that uniqueness is a quality that is very interesting. We don't want to be like everybody else. We certainly don't want everybody to be like us. We all have certain talents. We all have certain characteristics that make us different. And what we certainly need to do every single day is to try and, use those tools, to use those characters, to use those qualities and personality traits that we have to make ourselves unique. Uniqueness is rare. Everybody sort of is kind of it seems like sometimes people can be kind of cookie cutterish. I think that we all just follow these steps. We're supposed to make money. We're supposed to have a job. We're supposed to go home. We're supposed to have a house or an apartment. And we have all these, patterns, or we have this structure in our life that what we want or what is expected of us. But, like you said, we try to fit in this mold, or we try to have people fit us in that mold. And what we have to do is we have to carve our own path. We have to make our own journey in life, because, that's what we only have one life to live. And we certainly want to live our best life and put our best feet forward. And that's important, like I said, to be unique, to be different, to, certainly just try to do something different. I think that we can certainly do that every single day with the people that we interact with, the people that come into our lives, the people that we go into theirs. I think it's important. Like you said, live our life to the fullest, be yourself, be unique And guys, that was the quote we were going with tonight was, always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate that. Nobody, we see other people that are successful. We see other people in life that have cars, that have, money, that have houses, and that kind of thing. And sometimes we can be very envious of that. Sometimes we can be a little bit jealous and wish, well, why don't I have that? Why don't I have a little bit more of, what this person has? But in reality, you want to be unique. You want to have your own stuff. You want to have something that is meaningful to you. And when people look at you, they can see that you're successful. They can see that you're happy. They can see that you want a lot out of life and what you're trying to do. So, you have to continue to have those goals. You have to continue to set a standard for yourself. And as you continue to do that, it will certainly bring in other people to, your circle, and that you can, reflect on what you're doing to them. And certainly what they're trying to do, let that rub off on you as well. So like I said, love who you are, own that, press on. You are you for a reason, not anyone else. And so, yeah, that's really important. People desire things that they don't need sometimes. And yeah, march to the beat of your own drum. It's important. It's important to create, like I said, your own path, your own road to success. I think that as we continue to have that right attitude every single day, it certainly can be the best, motivator. We sometimes, like I said, we have struggles in life where, maybe we're not, maybe we're not really making the money we want to have, or maybe we're not saving what we want to have. But, through the adjective of being unique and the uniqueness, you can able to create your own path. And, have your own philosophy to life and what works best for you. Like you said, law of attraction. You're the only one that is somebody's upgrade. Yeah, not materialistically, just be the best possible version of yourself. It's important. And, I'm not trying to sit here and preach and say that, I'm Dr. Phil and I have all the answers to everything and every life's questions. But it's certainly something that I think that we can think about. It's on the surface stuff. It's stuff that we all talk about and know, but we don't ever really have a full discussion with everybody. It's just stuff that we do in our own lives. It's stuff that we, don't really, discuss too much with too many people. And that's what we have to continuously try to do is just to do that, to be patient, to be unique, to create the gold standard for ourselves. And as we are able to do that, other people will see that. Other people will see the success. They'll see the happiness. They'll see the qualities and the characteristics that you bring to the table. It certainly might be able to attract someone that you're looking for in a relationship standpoint. And, that's important. That's what all that works together. And that's why we've had such a great topic tonight, with uniqueness and patience. As we continue to look at, what other people are saying, you have to always be you. You always have to be yourself. You always have to be the best possible version of what you want people to see. And as we continue to work on that every single day, it's certainly not something that's that easy. It's not something that we have to say that, oh, hey, here's a manual for this, and we can just flip through to what we're going to do. But yeah, that's the only way we can do it. Like Jay said, reflect what you desire. What do you want to have out of life to make yourself happy? And, through uniqueness, you can certainly find that. Uniqueness is a quality that I think that is very hard to have. Just because the others can do the same thing doesn't mean you have to do it right. Exactly. You have to broaden your horizons. You have to look at a different perspective. You have to look at what works for you. You can certainly, find, what works for other people, and you can kind of pick apart, some things that work for this person, that person. Maybe I find something from Kay on Ortez and Salt Shaker and Miss Grace and Thomas. We can find little pieces of what worked for those people, but we can be unique in our own characteristic and apply that to our life. And then that way, we've been able to create our own path. We've been able to create our own set of circumstances for success, financially, romantically, maybe spiritually for some people. And it's certainly important because every single day, we want to be able to have the best out of that day that we can certainly have. Unique in the application of the same, right? Absolutely. Life is literally equivalent. It really is. It really is. And you can look at the quilt and you can see different parts of where you're at and where you want to be. And you can continuously add on to that. You can continuously add on to, being unique. You can certainly, like we were talking about with grand finale, you can try to continue to maintain that focus, maintain the patience, and it allows these doors to open up that maybe you didn't necessarily see before. Maybe these doors were closed before because, maybe you weren't patient. Maybe you didn't have the right focus. Maybe you weren't in the right situation of people that you surrounded yourself with. But as you continue to learn and cultivate, the things that you want to work on, those doors can may open for you. The best teacher in life is life itself. Your job is to learn lessons and apply. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. You have to do that. You have to teach, you have to learn, you have to apply that to situations and circumstances. And I don't know if any of you guys, like I said, if any of you guys want to kind of comment on what, uniqueness has made for you guys, because, I think our guest kind of was later, had some other things come up. And, that's the thing is, in life in general, you have to have the patience. You have to understand that things can come up, that shows can change, that situations can kind of detour, and you have to adjust and adapt and do what you can for that. Yeah, we can throw it in the box and we can have people come in and talk about that and, try to discuss, what uniqueness means to them and what patience means to them, and just, just give everybody just kind of a minute or two just to kind of talk about that. Well, you don't have to get in the box, but you can certainly, like I said, comment in the bottom about, what that means to you. We kind of had to change things a little bit different tonight, guys. We had a guest that, obviously wasn't able to show up. But, like I said, if you're new here, we're talking about uniqueness. We're talking about patience. Those are the two topics that we were discussing tonight, and everybody's kind of chiming in on what that means to you guys. So what's up, man?
Hey everybody, it's my first time here on Artemis. She was in your stream a couple weeks ago, I think.
Right.
Excuse me. So be real quick. For uniqueness, for me, defining it would be like being like the black sheep, not being afraid to be black sheep. Dr. Pepper, one of a kind, like you're original. I mean, everyone's different. I prefer like unique or different versus weird. We all got our quirks, but like everyone has something about them that sets them apart from everyone else. Doesn't matter what all you can do that's similar to everyone else. Everyone has that at least one thing, and that's what makes you truly unique. Yeah,
I mean, it's certainly a quality that I think for a lot of people is, tough, because I mean we see the guidelines, we see what people want us to be in, and we want to try to get into that. And what we really have to do is we have to kind of take a step back and look and see the situation as something that we have to do for our own selves. You would say something if you were here. Everybody's weird and you need to celebrate your uniqueness. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Let everybody see that the uniqueness is certainly different. So Charisma's here. What's up?
Hi, I'm Grandpa.
So guys, that's what we're talking about tonight, is just uniqueness and how important that is. Charisma, we had a guest that came up and probably had to cancel or something came up. So we were just discussing uniqueness and we threw up the date box to just kind of, yeah, that was definitely unique for sure. So yeah, that's what we were discussing tonight. Guys, please hit, anybody can jump in and talk about it, but even if you don't have to, we can certainly just discuss it in the comments. This is the first time I've done this show for several months now. This is the first time I've ever had a guest come up and not have that, so it sort of changed the dynamic a little bit. But thank you guys again so much for being here. This is a show that we do every single Monday night. It's called Gratitude, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the show is about finding people, who wish to show more thanks during their life. Each week we have guests that recall the circumstances, the people, and memories that have humbled them, and that helps them, reflect and grow through the act of gratitude. So, yeah, audience interaction is always important. Like I said, things come up, circumstances change, but you have to roll with the punches. You have to be unique to the changes of life and how the wind is not always going to blow in the same direction. And you just have to adapt and adjust to that. So, Water, what's up? But yeah, guys, that's what we were talking about tonight, is just patience as well. We were talking to Grand Finale, and he was so kind and gracious to be on the show with us and discuss, what that certainly meant, to him, and how he's been able to apply that, to his own life and his own, business ventures. So yeah, it's great to have those two qualities. So, but guys, yeah, audience interaction, we certainly encourage it. As we have guests in the box, I'm not able to maybe focus as much on the comments, but tonight's obviously a little bit different, and we have to just kind of roll with the punches. But certainly appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for taking the time to just be a part of the show. And yeah, it's important. Yeah, thank you so much. It's a detour. That's the uniqueness of shows and life. And like I said, this is the first time this has ever happened where a guest was not able to show up and I didn't hear from him. But, you just have to roll with that. You have to you just have to go with that. I'm unique in my interest. Some people would find them weird, but right, exactly. Art, man, what's going up? Yeah, keep rolling. But yeah, guys, that's what we were talking about, is just, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you again, like I said, so much for being here. What we're talking about is, for the new people, we're talking about patience and uniqueness and being able to, apply that to your life, be the best versions of yourself. I think that uniqueness is, like I said, certainly important. Yeah. What do you feel like makes you guys unique? What do you feel like is certainly something that, that makes you different from, sets yourself apart from everybody else? Whew. Okay. Yeah. K-Man was in the box. He was talking about some amazing things, and your trade cap. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Jobs you've had, it certainly is unique too. I think that sometimes you can have a job that you may not even plan for. You may have a job come up and you just like, wow, I'm just trying to put food on the table. I'm just trying to, provide for my family. I'm trying to provide for myself. And that certainly can be unique within its own right. I completely agree with that. Hey, and that's a great quality to have right there. Try to be kind. I mean, the world need more. Right, exactly. But yeah, that's a wonderful quality right there, to just be able to build anything. I think that that's a real talent and a real tool that not everybody can do. Just like I think it's certainly unique when people are able to have the musical talents and abilities. Not everybody's able to play the guitar or play the drums or play the piano or the flute or whatever the case may be. And, I think that that's certainly unique within itself, to be able to have the, like I said, the musical ability and the musical talent to be able to do that. I have a great heart. I'd love to help disadvantaged. Exactly. Yeah. Piano and ukulele. There you go. Nice. Yeah. A lot of people too have, the uniqueness of art, the uniqueness of being able to paint, being able to sculpt, maybe able to do some pottery at the time. So yeah. What steps have you taken to achieve patience? For me, it's just something that I have to work on every day. I think that as you look around and you see that, I think that when you see older people that are older than yourself, you can certainly look at them as, a segue to wisdom and knowledge. And so I think that as you look and see what works for other people, that's certainly important, to have that uniqueness. And the patience, like I said, is something